So today we'll be going with the immunity. Immunity is having two types, as we know. We have studied the introduction, innate innate and acquired. So today we'll be only discussing innate. Like, this is something which comes by birth in us. Like, this is when you're born, like this came in your body, or like it's from birth, and it is also non-specific. Like, this is not for particular pathogens. So as we know, like, innate is having four barriers. So starting with the physical barrier, like it is in organs, or we can say, like here we talk about the organs, like which protect our body from the pathogens whatever. So first we take an skin. As we know, like, skin is having three types: epidermis, dermis, middle one is dermis, and third one is hypodermis. So here the function is of epidermis. This means, like, the upper one layer which protect our body. This layer is impermeable, and skin cells are packed very tightly to each other. Like, as solid is packed very tightly to each other, molecules cannot move itself. So in this is impermeable layer, so that, like, impermeable cells are present which they cannot cross, or like any bacteria cannot go inside. Like, if we get any kind of injury in our skin, like on the hand or somewhere, so bacteria can go in our body, but our epidermis is very impermeable, so not any bacteria can kill us or go inside our body. Like, skin is having, like, skin is made up of three layers: epidermis, which is impermeable, like it does not allow bacteria to grow in our body. And after that we are having keratin, like, which are known as dead cells. So like, that's a layer, or these are protein, so that does not allow to go bacteria inside our body. And also we do have melanin, like that's depend upon, like, the complexion of our body. When we have noticed, some people is having, like, a very dark color, some is having fair color, white little bit. So that's because of the melanin secretions in our body. Complexion is depend on this melanin. So now this was like our first organ. Next is mucus membrane, like that substance which is in our mouth. Like, it is having ciliated cells. These cells are like movable, we can say. Like, this is present in three parts. Like, this is present three regions, which are, if we define first, digestive tract, second reproductive tract, and third one respiratory tract. If we start with the respiratory tract, like, if we are, like, we do inhale air from, like, from environment by nose, and if that air is having dust particles, so that mucous membrane will clean that, and then it will allow to go inside, like inside the body. And after that, like, then that air will go to the digestive tract, or like, if that air is clean, so it will go more furthermore down. And if that's, like, it's having dust particle still, so that will create sputum. And like, some people take this inner, like, again they take inside, so that's passed by the stool from their body. Then that will move to the respiratory tract. Like, in this, it will move from stomach, and then it will pass throughout the body by the help of a stool. So these three are the organs or regions which will be done by the mucous membrane. An important point, which is, like, mucous membrane is like that release a sticky substance, and that is made up of 95% of water, and that 5% is carbohydrates or some important nutrients. Or now another barrier is physiological barrier, even that is known as biochemical barrier. As we discuss in this mucous membrane, organs, but in this physiological barrier, the secretions of the body will be there. So let's take an example of sebum oil. Sebum oil, which it's an oily substance or oily structure in our skin. Even we have noticed our skin gets sometimes oily. That's because of the sebum oil secretion. Like this sebum oil is secreted by sebaceous gland, and that is like sebum have fatty acid. Even sebaceous gland, like in our we have studied before, like our skin is having three layers. Like this one, sebaceous gland or like sebum oil is secreted in second one layer, which is dermis. So that's the reason, in dermis, that secrete or that produce there, and after that that secrete on the like outer layer, that is epidermis, it secrete. That's the reason we can even see our skin get very oily sometimes, that because of this dermis. And like dermis got sebaceous gland. Now let's take an example of tears. Tears are watery substance, or which one watery substance which is having lacrimal cells or lysosomes. Like these helps to kill the bacteria which are present in our body. In tears, like after tears we are having sweat, which produced by our body. When that's depend on our temperature, where we are sitting or what's the temperature outside. That's because it is having lactic acids or lactic acid, which maintain pH in the skin, or pH which would be 3 to 5. Then this or sweat also help to stop growth of bacteria. So that's example of sweat. Let's move to the cellular barrier. This is known as, this includes polynuclear lymphocytes or whatever, I don't know. These are polynuclear lymphocytes, which these are the types of white blood cells. As we know, then white blood cells having a lot of phagocytes, macrophages. These phagocytes helps to kill the bacteria. Then we are having this macrophages. These are of three types. One is Kupffer cells, which are which clean the bacteria, or in liver. These are present in liver, which kill or does not allow bacteria to go inside the liver. Then we are having dust cells. Even there we are breathing, or we are taking from our environment, even that's not purely clean. So these clean dust, these are dust cell which clean our air. These are present in lungs. And third one is neuroglia, which are neurons primary level or primary cells. Even this word is telling, here we are talking about the nervous system or neuro system. Neuron primary cell. And this, the some people do call this as a microglia, which helps, which are the neurons primary cell. We are having cytokinesis. Like these are known as interference protein. Like as we noticed, uh, if this bacteria is like killed by, or this got injured by the bacteria or something, so the surrounding, like to protect the surrounding cells, these got released before that. So to protect, if we can say like interference protein, like where cells got affected by any virus or any bacteria, then these got like secreted by the surrounding cells. And like interference protein are made up of the affected cells to protect that the surrounding they do release cytokinesis, in which interference, like these are made up of the interference protein, which are having, like these are made up of affected cells. Like if we do take an example or something, like our we got an infected by virus, so this its work is to protect our body by that. So this will be released to protect our surrounding cells. Like if this cell has been like infected by a virus or bacteria, so the surrounding cells which are present here, these all will be protected by this interference protein. So yes, these all were the barriers. Now these all were the barriers of the innate, so now we'll be moving to the acquired barriers.